Okay. Hey, I'm the mama, and I think it's gonna be a boy.
What's going on? It's your boy Sosa. I'm the daddy. I'm telling girl, you feel me? Telling girl, it's a girl, I already know it, man. You feel me?
We first begin tracking crime. A Greenville man has been charged for the murder of his pregnant girlfriend and unborn child. Police say on July 9th, 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper was found unresponsive and died at the hospital. Medical examiners determined Cooper's death was a homicide. Today, police arrested Cooper's boyfriend, 29-year-old Kayshawn Williams, as a suspect. Williams is charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of murder for the unborn child.
In the early hours of July 9, 2023, a plan to end the life of a fiancée and her unborn baby was in motion. Moments earlier, a 38-week pregnant woman had a baby shower where many friends were guessing the baby's gender. Greenville police responded to an emergency call at a home at apartment 302 at Heritage at Arlington Apartments. But when investigators got to the reported apartment, they discovered the most shocking and unbelievable thing ever. A woman and her unborn child had been beaten severely and were barely clinging to life. Nobody knew what happened and how for so long until one clue revealed the truth. This is a very heartbreaking story of Jasmine Cooper and her unborn child, baby Kiani. 27-year-old Jasmine Lynn Cooper was born in 1996 in Greenville, a quiet city in the heart of North Carolina. Her mother, Sharon Cooper, raised her in this city, where she grew into a vibrant and loving young woman with a promising future ahead. Jasmine's kind smile and caring nature made her loved by many, which was clear from the large number of people who attended her baby shower. She was known for her unwavering love for her family and friends, always going above and beyond to support those she held dear. While in high school, Jasmine nurtured her passion for caring for others. After graduation, she pursued a college education in nursing, further dedicating herself to helping people. Friends and family described her as having a vibrant personality that naturally drew others in. Her energy shined through her social media, where she shared vlogs of her daily life with family and friends, capturing moments of joy and connection. But just when it seemed like her life was picture perfect, nothing could have prepared her for what was to come. At just 20 years old, Jasmine met her first baby daddy through a mutual friend. For the sake of this story, let's call him Hayden. Jasmine and Hayden connected instantly. They were both young and shared similar interests. Though not much is known about Hayden, the two quickly fell for each other. They spent lots of time together, but within a few months, their relationship took a significant turn. Jasmine discovered she was pregnant. While Jasmine's family was happy to see her with this young man, she obviously was head over heels for him, and it seemed like they genuinely cared for each other. So, they were caught off guard when they learned the couple was expecting a baby. Despite the surprise, Jasmine and her soon-to-be baby daddy Hayden couldn't have been more excited about the new chapter in their lives. A few months later, they welcomed their baby girl, and almost immediately, Jasmine embraced motherhood wholeheartedly, dedicating herself to her daughter, who quickly became her world. Her social media was filled with precious moments of them together. However, love alone wasn't enough to keep things from slowly falling apart. Rather than bringing them closer, the birth of their child seemed to be the very thing that would drive them apart. The pressures of parenthood began to take a toll on Jasmine and Hayden's relationship. As their co-parenting relationship grew more strained, their romantic relationship was taking a hit, and eventually, it came to an end. But even though the relationship ended, Hayden loved his daughter. So he stayed involved in her life, and although Jasmine had full custody of their child, Hayden still had visitation rights. But as Jasmine turned the page from her past, she found herself stepping into a new chapter, one that would change everything. Due to Jasmine's vibrant personality and social charm, it was not long before she would cross paths with someone who shared similar interests as her. Jasmine found love again, this time with this man, 29-year-old Kayshawn Williams, popularly known as Love Sosa. By all accounts, Kayshawn was a hard-working truck driver. He treated Jasmine with love and affection, often surprising her with gifts, flowers, and thoughtful gestures. Their relationship was on full display on social media, where they frequently posted about their time together, sharing vlogs of their daily lives, romantic getaways, and intimate moments. He seemed like a devoted partner. To everyone watching, they seemed deeply in love. So after dating for 3 years, Kayshawn proposed, and Jasmine happily said yes. The couple then decided to move in together, settling into an apartment, 302, at the Heritage at Arlington Apartments on 2744 West Arlington Boulevard, ready to start the next chapter of their lives. But sadly, as we've seen so often, social media can hide painful truths. Soon, Jasmine found out she was pregnant, and she was overjoyed to learn they were expecting a child, who could be her second if the tragedy did not happen. She had already picked out a name, Kiani, a name she lovingly shared on her social media, expressing her excitement about becoming a mother again. On social media, most of the posts about love and excitement came from Jasmine's account. She frequently shared updates about her pregnancy, expressing her joy about becoming a mother. One of her most shared posts was from her Valentine's Day celebration, where she gushed about her love for Kayshawn and the beautiful surprise he had set up for her. But behind the happy posts, things were changing. On the outside, it didn't seem like Jasmine and Kayshawn were going through any rough patches. In fact, around April of 2023, the couple hosted a gender reveal party with a Princess and the Frog theme, bringing together many of Jasmine's friends from both near and far. It was a happy occasion, filled with excitement as everyone tried to guess the gender of Jasmine's second baby.
Okay. Hey, I'm the mama, and I think it's gonna be a boy.
What's going on? It's your boy Sosa. I'm the daddy. I'm telling girl, you feel me? Telling girl it's a girl, I already know it, man. You feel me?
Brandon, I'm a cousin. It's gonna be a girl.
Friday, I'm a friend of Jazz from work, and I think it's gonna be a boy. My name is Jasmine. I'm a friend of Jazz, and I think it's gonna be a girl.
Cause mama, I see you.
And I'm real good friends with the mom. I think it's a boy.
I'm Jasmine's best friend, and I think it's a girl.
Okay, sister and Jasmine's sister, and I think it's a girl.
My name Tip. Jazz, my little roadie. I don't got to say nothing. My eyes tell it all, baby.
All right, man, we know what you got. We know.
Okay, I know Jasmine because I used to do her hair from the time she was 2 years old.
But when the moment of truth arrived, something shifted. The excitement on Kayshawn's face faded. The baby wasn't the gender he had expected or wanted, and from that day on, his behavior changed. The once involved father-to-be started to grow distant, showing little to no interest in the pregnancy. And it wouldn't take long before this disappointment would take a tragic turn. You see, there was something Jasmine didn't know about Kayshawn. On the surface, he seemed like the perfect fiancé, charming, caring, and eager to start a family with her. But behind closed doors, he was hiding a dark past. Kayshawn had a history of domestic violence, something Jasmine may not have been fully aware of. Allegedly, Her family had witnessed his abusive and controlling behavior on multiple occasions. He was possessive, quick to anger, and prone to violent outbursts. There were even times when he had hit and choked her in fits of jealousy. Yet, despite all the warning signs, Jasmine stayed, perhaps believing he would change, or maybe out of fear of what would happen if she left. But when she revealed the baby gender, things took a shocking turn in their lives. So, Jasmine made up her mind to leave Kayshawn and have her baby taken care of elsewhere. And as soon as Kayshawn realized Jasmine was planning to leave him, he changed his behavior. He began acting more loving and tried convincing her to stay. Jasmine loved him deeply, so she chose to forgive him and stayed. But it didn't take long before Kayshawn returned to his old ways. He became aggressive and started accusing Jasmine of cheating. Jasmine tried to confide in her family and friends about what she was going through, but they didn't believe her. Seeing their happy photos on social media, Jasmine's friends and family believed she and Kayshawn had the perfect relationship. So instead of taking her concerns seriously, they dismissed them, thinking she was exaggerating his behavior. Maybe, they thought, just maybe she was the problem. But something would end up happening that would set off a chain of events that no one could have imagined. On May 15, 2023, Jasmine had filed for a restraining order against Kayshawn after she told police that he had brutally beaten her, leaving her hospitalized, after accusing her of cheating. But not only that, she revealed that he had also threatened to kill her if she ever left him. That was until the most horrifying thing anyone could have imagined happened. On the morning of July 9, 2023, Kayshawn and Jasmine had gotten into a heated argument in their living room about the gender of their expected baby and who the actual father was. Jasmine, who was 38 weeks pregnant and nearing her delivery date, had likely been preparing for the arrival of their child, but things quickly got out of control. According to Jasmine's family and friends, Kayshawn didn't just want a child anymore, he was doubting whether he was the father of the unborn baby. In a fit of rage over the disagreements, Kayshawn snapped. He attacked Jasmine, beating her with his fists before he grabbed a metal pipe, and he struck her repeatedly on the head, face, and chest. As he continued with the assault, he dragged her to their bedroom, where he strangled her with his bare hands. But even that wasn't enough for him. He then took a kitchen knife and stabbed her in the abdomen. After the brutal attack, Kayshawn left the apartment and drove to his mother's house on the 1100 block of Eagle Chase Lane, West 14th Street. In an attempt to cover his tracks, he made a frantic 911 call, where he pretended to have just discovered Jasmine's lifeless body. He told authorities that he had gone out to buy groceries, and when he returned home, he found his fiancée lying in a pool of blood. When emergency responders got to the scene, they found the most heartbreaking thing ever. They found 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper, who was 38 weeks pregnant with multiple injuries on her body, barely clinging to life. But it wasn't just the wounds that alarmed them. Jasmine had been stabbed. At that moment, officers knew they weren't just dealing with a case of assault. They were standing in the middle of an attempted murder scene. Immediately, Jasmine was rushed to ECU Health Medical Center, where doctors attempted an emergency procedure to save her unborn baby. Despite their desperate efforts, the reality of the situation was far more tragic than anyone could have imagined. Despite the doctor's best efforts to save the baby, Jasmine's unborn baby did not survive, as the injuries were directly tied to her mother's condition. Tragically, Jasmine Cooper also surrendered to her injuries, resulting in the heartbreaking loss of both mother and child. Due to the injuries found on Jasmine's body, police ordered an autopsy. The examination conducted at the Pitt County Medical Examiner's Office would reveal a shocking detail. The autopsy confirmed what police had feared. Jasmine had died from blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. This was no accident. This was a brutal murder. Investigators immediately launched a full-scale investigation, starting at the crime scene, Kayshawn and Jasmine's apartment. What they found painted a horrifying picture. Blood-stained splatters covered the floors, walls, and the furniture of the apartment. It was clear evidence that a violent struggle had occurred in the home. As they searched further, they discovered a metal pipe and a kitchen knife, which they believed to have been used in the attack. Investigators sent the weapons to the crime lab for analysis. What the results revealed sent a wave of devastation through everyone involved. The blood on the metal pipe and kitchen knife belonged to Jasmine, and the fingerprints matched both Jasmine and her boyfriend, Kayshawn. Police immediately had a clue of who the suspect was, but they needed more proof. So they obtained surveillance footage from a nearby convenience store. When they reviewed the footage, They spotted Kayshawn in the convenience store making a purchase around 9 a.m. on July 9, 2023, just an hour before the 911 call was made. Police compared the timestamps from the surveillance footage and Kayshawn's 911 call. They realized that Jasmine had already been murdered before he went to buy groceries. This meant he had staged the scene to make it look like he had just discovered her body. Further evidence came from a neighbor's security camera. The footage showed Kayshawn leaving their apartment around 9:50 a.m., carrying a bag before getting into his car and driving away. On July 15, 6 days after Jasmine and her baby's tragic death at around 11 a.m., investigators tracked Kayshawn to his mother's home on the 1100 block of Eagle Chase Lane, West 14th Street. His car was parked outside, confirming his location. However, when authorities attempted to arrest him, Kayshawn refused to surrender, leading to a tense standoff with the Greenville Police Department Emergency Response Team and the Fugitive Criminal Apprehension Team. For 2 hours, officers negotiated, working to bring him in without further violence. Finally, Kayshawn Williams was officially arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, one for Jasmine Cooper and one for her unborn child.
We first begin tracking crime. A Greenville man has been charged for the murder of his pregnant girlfriend and unborn child. Police say on July 9th, 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper was found unresponsive and died at the hospital. Medical examiners determined Cooper's death was a homicide. Today, police arrested Cooper's boyfriend, 29-year-old Kayshawn Williams, as a suspect. Williams is charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of murder for the unborn child.
Arrested a man today following a standoff and charged him with killing his girlfriend and her unborn child. Greenville police, a 29-year-old Kayshawn Williams was arrested just after 11 a.m. today at a home in the 1100 block of Eagle Chase Lane after a brief standoff with police. Williams is charged with the murder of his girlfriend, 27-year-old Jasmine Cooper, as well as her unborn child. Officers tell WI10 that it's believed that the child was Williams's. Officers went to an apartment on West Arlington Boulevard back on July 9th just before 10 a.m. for a report of an unresponsive woman. Cooper, who police said was 38 weeks pregnant, was taken to ECU Health Medical Center where she and her unborn baby girl died. Police said an autopsy revealed the woman died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. Williams is in the Pitt County Detention Center under no bond.
When Jasmine's family received the devastating news of her and her baby's passing, they were in complete shock of losing Jasmine and her unborn child. More so now, knowing who the person was that took their lives away. They couldn't help but express their displeasure. And even more disturbing was what Kayshawn did next. After police announced the tragic passing of his fiancée and their unborn child, he took to social media to express his so-called grief. But the most chilling part, he knew he was the one responsible for this horrific act. With the same hands that took Jasmine's life, he typed out a gut-wrenching post. "I don't know where to start. What I just lost is mind-blowing. I'm lost out here, man. I can't think. I'm sick. My fiancée, my baby girl, Jasmine Cooper, I will never be okay. My heart is broken, man. Why do I always lose what I love when I've been doing nothing but good things in life? Maybe I should just take my life. I miss you, baby." It was a desperate attempt to paint himself as the victim, to manipulate the public into feeling sympathy for him. But the truth couldn't be buried under his fake tears. He wasn't grieving. He was guilty, and he knew that. Kayshawn Williams is currently being held at Pitt County Detention Center without bond as he awaits further court proceedings. Greenville Police Chief Ted Sauls, who is overseeing the case, expressed that this domestic violence situation stands out because there were no prior reports or known warning signs. He urged the community to stay vigilant and speak up if they see something concerning. "You might be the voice for someone who's afraid to speak up," Chief Sauls emphasized. "Even if you don't want to get involved directly or share your name, providing information about what someone else might be going through can make all the difference. It's about looking out for one another and making sure no one suffers in silence." What happened to Jasmine Cooper is nothing short of heartbreaking. The loss of a young woman and her unborn child is a tragedy that has left a void that can never be filled for her family, her friends, and the entire community. Jasmine Cooper's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how love can sometimes take a dark turn, especially when a partner's desire for a specific gender outweighs their love for the child itself. Jasmine Cooper thought she had found her forever, but instead, she was met with betrayal in the most tragic way. What do you think could have been done to prevent this tragedy? Were there any warning signs that may have been overlooked? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.